We've got a place that we care about and invest in,
where the American story is told,
that connects our values and our moral positions and the clarity of this country's existence.
where we express our First Amendment rights.
It's a symbol of who we are as a people.
Where we come from, and then also where we're going.
and it's about protest, and it's about remembering, and it's about thinking forward.
We're just so blessed to have that place where we can exercise our freedoms.
It belongs to those in San Jose, California. It belongs to those in North Carolina. It belongs to all Americans. And we all have a vested interest in the work of the Trust for the National Mall.
Being a part of the campaign for the National Mall is about being a part of history.
This special place belongs to all of us, and we all have a role and a responsibility.
And this is our time. Designs for Constitution Gardens are going to dramatically affect the National Mall for generations to come.
Constitution Gardens is 36 to 38 acres that's located in the center of 3 of the most visited sites on the National Mall.
Just west of the Washington Monument, north of the Reflecting Pool, and links the Vietnam Veterans Memorial and the World War II Memorial with this special place.
From a distance, this park looks beautiful. It's lots of shade, it's very green. But as you get closer, you're going to notice that the site has become very degraded. The water quality is extremely poor. It's filled with algae.
The soil is in disrepair. The planting, a lot of it has died. The trees are in failing condition right now.
The lake has a concrete bottom. It doesn't sustain fish or the wildlife that are here. It's just simply too shallow to function as a real lake would.
The last significant infusion of capital on the National Mall was over 40 years ago, and it really is in a state of disrepair. With $425 million in deferred maintenance, we have to act now. The Trust for the National Mall hosted a national design competition and had the best and brightest minds looking at the future of Constitution Gardens.
This building and this landscape are going to be really at the peak of innovative, sustainable technologies.
There's a design emphasis here that I think is really important, and it is that it's going to humanize that space.
With over 29 million people visiting the National Mall, if you look around Constitution Gardens, it's such a beautiful and yet an underutilized site.
This will be a place of relief and contemplation. I'm a Vietnam veteran. You have to understand that there's a certain emotional impact when veterans go to the mall and visit Korea and they visit Vietnam and they visit now World War II. This will be a place where the veterans can meander through and decompress from the experiences of World War II in Vietnam and Korea. And so it's really going to be the link between that memory to where we are in the present.
So imagine a beautiful park with a lake where you can ice skate in the wintertime, where the children can sail model boats in the summertime, where there will actually be a walk-up concession at the lake level where you can grab some lunch. And on the upper plaza behind me, which is now empty and has been for 40 years, we'll have a beautiful pavilion, a sun pavilion, a place where we can stage events, and a beautiful restaurant.
Our park rangers need a nice setting to be able to tell the stories important to America.
We're organizing lots of ways in which groups can gather.
A grass amphitheater.
A terrace, a set of stairs.
Become a much more active place.
Give people another type of visitor experience when they come to the National Mall.
So we actually push the building out over the lake to create a great porch across this robust ecological garden.
It will have aquatic shelves and aquatic plants to help us to biologically cleanse the water.
All of the water that falls onto our site will be captured and reused.
We will be planting 20.5 acres of new gardens.
It's no longer a concrete pond or ditch. It's a place that belongs on the mall.
A place for a national example.
Expanding the idea of what a sustainable design is.
And the way that we know we're going to have to do for the rest of our future.
It's going to be a classroom in environmental sustainability.
So that this becomes really a story about the future as much as it is about the past.
And it's really a historic moment for people to get involved to restore the National Mall. to make a difference for their country for generations to come.